Yeah, I have been doing pull-ups now for the last 4 weeks straight, and I have noticed two other things after doing pull-ups for so long and probably busted down with that a few like myths about pull-ups. Now, if you've been watching my last few videos about pull-ups, you might know that I've been doing them because I want to switch up a few things and all of that type of stuff, right? But after doing 4 weeks and testing out a few versions of pull-ups, like how to hold myself on the bar and everything, as I said, two other things I've noticed, and I think I'm gonna try to explain them and tell that that are probably not as like so significant as they sound like. If you don't know me, I am Timo, and on this channel you're on, I'm giving training advice and lifting advice to people like you, and tell my own stories of mine so you can extract the advice from what I've learned and learn and then train and grow without much problems. I hope so. So, the first thing I've noticed is the way you hold on to the bar or how wide you spread out your arms, like how like the distance between, or how do I say it? God damn it. The way if you hold it like this or like this does seem to make like a very tiny difference. So if you don't know, I have technically realized that you can technically do pull-ups around the 75 to 80 kilograms, and if your arms are like strong enough, basically, for that. And I pretty much do pull-ups in a way where you have your hands touching together. You kind of hold like this, and then you try to pull up as high as possible, even if it's only like eye level, if the bar's like eye level or something. But I have tested out the pull-ups where there was a bit of wideness to it. Like I've been holding it on like maybe around where my hands are pretty much around the size of shoulder, basically. Around that's like how far I have been going. And what I've noticed is it does seem to be a little bit harder than hands closed. Like if you do pull-ups like this. It does seem to be a little bit harder, but not like by that much. What I've realized is so if you don't know, there are technically, I would say, two types of pull-ups on you do them. The one is for turning your arms, which is like around this to this range. Like your hands around, are pretty much the same. They're pretty much just like the same as like your shoulders, basically. And then there was pull-ups where you have them arms widely stretched, like kind of an arrow, and then you train with that your back instead of your arms more. And yeah, simply said, the difference between having your arm doing pull-ups like this and then like this, there seems to be a little bit harder, but not like that much harder. You know what I mean? It's maybe like a 5 to 10% more difficulty. So that's like a little thing I've noticed. Even though say I would recommend to you doing pull-ups like with closed hands first, and then you try to go ahead do pull-ups with like hands around shoulder level, basically. You know, the your hands are like not too wide, but also not too close to each other. And if you can't do that, then you might be a bit, it might be a bit harder or something. But overall, I wouldn't say that like that much harder. The real difficulty probably is noticeable when you spread it out in form of like an arrow, and you do it more like this. You know what I mean? Like in a sense where you more likely train your back instead of just your arms. But I would honestly recommend to you, since I'm also just focused on training arms and uh yeah, just overall training arms and getting arms stronger and all that, I would recommend you doing the close type of pull up. That's the one thing. And the second thing is what I've realized is I have tested out the pull ups with putting the thumb like behind my hand, turn like this, and I realized it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference of what type of muscle is getting hit. So now here's the thing. I haven't been really going. I'm training actively for over 3 years now, but I haven't been to a gym. I've been kind of like home training basically. And if you like going to the gym, you probably know that there are like a few machines that can like kind of like do this pulling thing. I don't know the name of the machine, unfortunately, but it's like you can train your back with it, and you have to hold your kind of like this to like hit the back, or this one other thing where you have to like put the thumb like behind it or something. The thing is, I have noticed is it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference by doing pull-ups. Of like, if you do pull up like this, which is around between face to shoulder level, and you put the thumb it behind the behind the bar or rope or whatever you're doing pull-ups on like this, it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference whether the back or the arms getting hit. Like, of course, I feel, uh, to be honest, I haven't felt the soreness yesterday, and I have been I have been hitting some soreness in the back, like, god damn it, I forgot the name on this one, but like on the back. But the soreness is more like on the arms and specifically in the triceps, which kind of surprised me. So those are like the two things I've noticed, which is one, around this to this level of doing pull-ups, or doing it like this or this doesn't seem to make that much more of a difficulty. It's just more like on the end where it's more like over, where your hands are over shoulder level, and you're pulling up more like an arrow instead of like a straight line or something. I don't know how to explain, but you probably can at least imagine what I'm trying to say, right? I at least hope so. And even with the thumb behind it, it doesn't seem to make that much of a difference whether it's hitting the back more or something. If you just overall train, overall do pull-ups like this or hang on bars like this, it's supposed to probably like improve your monkey grip or something. But yeah, I've been just kind of experienced that this week as well, no, last week as of posting this, and yeah, I have to just experience out more to give you more updates. So that's the two things I've noticed. And I would say the simple advice in this one is if you want to do the type of pull-ups, whether or if you want to do pull-ups and you want to know what type of pull-ups you want to do first, I would say doing pull-ups from like face level to shoulder level is like exact shoulder level. Like your hand is exactly at shoulder. That's more likely if you want to train arms more, and if you do it wider, then that's more like hitting your back. The thumb thing doesn't really make that much of a difference where how much the muscles are getting hit. I would say even if you do pull-ups like this, the muscles you hit are just the same. Maybe you just get a better improved monkey grip or something, but I have to like experience out more to give you more updates. Or maybe you can just test it out and then you see. So yeah, that's my advice for this one, and I hope you got some value from this one. If you want to, you can like this video. If you liked it, you can subscribe if you want to, so you can get more of these videos, and it helps me out a lot. And if you want to, I have in the description a full-on uh, fitness course which you can buy, and I'm pretty much teaching you the things I've learned and the training ways and everything else. So yeah, it would be cool if you check it out if you want to. Bye bye.